If you're not experiencing the relationship, peace, or purpose that you desire in this life, it's not because there's something wrong with you and you're not deserving of it. It's because your body is still living in a past that it never got the chance to fully process. And today we're going to connect all of these dots. But make sure you do not skip the part where I talk about the nervous system. And as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, your personality creates your personal reality. And your personality is not just your thoughts, it is your subconscious programming. It's your nervous system's consciousness. It's your body's consciousness. It's what your body believes is safe internally. So if your body believes love is unsafe, it's going to keep attracting more of that, more situations where that is affirmed to you, because we attract what we're used to, and our nervous system attracts it. Even at a conscious level, if we really desire having healthy relationships, if our body doesn't believe that that can be safe for us, we are going to repel that. And so you can affirm these positive affirmations all day long and still sabotage the thing that you desire the most, whether that be a relationship or more money. And for years in my relationships, I was so reactive. And I hated that about myself. Every little thing I would be so critical of with my partner. I would blow up in little things. Little things would literally make the blood boil inside of me, even if it was so small. A tiny comment would feel like a massive rejection. I had so much anger that I was expressing to my partners. And consciously, I knew I was safe. And I would ask myself, why am I like this? Why am I so angry? Why do I take everything so personally right now? But especially in my romantic relationships. And for a long time, I thought that I had an anger problem, that this is what this was. I had unexpressed survival energy. And here's what I eventually realized, that I wasn't angry at them. I was angry because there was nowhere else my anger felt safe to go. Growing up, when we don't really feel fully heard, supported, or emotionally safe, our body learns to stay alert, to watch for danger, to make sure that we don't get hurt again. And so when I finally felt close to somebody and I felt safe enough, that's when the anger came out. This is why we do this a lot with family members. This is why we do this a lot with our siblings. We feel like it's safe to scream or yell at them or be super angry at them because we know that they're going to forgive us and move on. And this isn't because they're the problem, but because they feel like they're a safe container for us. And this is what self-sabotage actually looks like. It's not laziness, it's not you messing things up. It's your nervous system saying that staying the safe feels safer than changing. Even if staying the same hurts, because familiar pain is easier to understand than unfamiliar peace. And this is where people as well misunderstand being in vibrational alignment or being in alignment with our desires, because it's really not about being happy all the time. It's about whether our body feels safe enough to receive what you're asking for. And we'll come back to that in a moment, but right now let's talk about the anger a bit more. Anger is just energy. It's life force energy that never got to move, and it was suppressed for so long. When you weren't allowed to express yourself, especially for women, but for men as well, when you had to be good, when you had to keep the peace, that energy got stored and it just kept building up and building up after years of time. Later on, and years or decades later, it starts to leak out in our relationships through defensiveness, through overreacting or shutting down. And we don't need to get rid of the anger. I want to really make that point important. We need to feel it in a safe container so it can leave. And this is why spiritual bypassing doesn't work. And if you don't know what spiritual bypassing is, it's when someone uses spiritual ideas or practices to avoid feeling or processing or dealing with real emotions, real emotional pain or trauma or life issues. And how our inner child feels is key to attracting what we desire in this life. And our inner child does not care about what you say to her, but rather how you make her feel. She cares about feeling heard, feeling loved, feeling supported, like she's really truly listened to. Because when we're in the survival mode space and our perception narrows, our creativity shuts down, we're not attracting the relationships, the money, the business, whatever it is that we desire. So when we connect with our true intention of that inner child, our creativity lights up and we become more magnetic rather than being repelling to what it is that we desire in this life. And this is why relationships sometimes don't stick or jobs don't stick. And this is why maybe healthy love feels boring or suspicious to you, or success feels overwhelming instead of exciting, and you end up pushing it away. You're trying to create a new life for yourself from an old nervous system, from old programming that you've been shoving down throughout the years. So if you're not reaching the level of success that you desire in your relationships or within finances, it's not because you're unworthy, it's because your vibration, meaning your internal state of safety, isn't aligned yet. And that's okay. You've likely been through so much in your life. And alignment isn't this mental thing, it's a subconscious thing. It's our body's consciousness storing all of these emotions. It's somatic, which, is our body's consciousness. It's nervous system based. And this is why thinking better thoughts never worked for really anybody, because we don't need new thoughts, we need a new baseline of safety. And once our body feels safe, our standards rise without force, your reactions soften naturally, and manifestations speed up in your reality. But that only happens if you stop fighting yourself and start listening to your body. And if you'd like support rewiring your anxiety, your attachment patterns, or subconscious beliefs, not by force, but through safety and regulating your nervous system, you'll find the link to work with me with one-on-one hypnotherapy sessions in the description. But for now, I'd like you to remember to practice that deep self-compassion within yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. You are surviving in this life. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.